Hello everyone, I'm the Whiskey Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. As you've seen from the thumbnail, we have something very special here. We have the Benromach 50. This is the press pack as a Benromach Champion. I was fortunate enough to taste it at the before it got released at the distillery with Lizzie, the spirit quality, head of spirit quality of Gordon MacPhail and Benromach. So it was an amazing experience with my friends Sarah and Martin. So now I have the press pack. I'll also share my thoughts on here with you guys as well. So this is what it comes in. I'll put the bottle there. It's a gorgeous, absolutely beautiful looking bottle. It's handmade locally, and all 248 bottles are different because the battuto technique is an Italian technique, and it's resembling the harshness of the crookedness of the metal surface. So it's handmade, so every bottle will be unique, which, from a 50-year-old whiskey of Benromach's caliber, we kind of want it to be. Right, it comes in this nice little bag, and then it's this box. I'll put this in the floor. So there you go. Yeah, made by hand, shaped by time. And then it opens up like so. Like that. There's the bottle. I'll just show you. I'll get close enough anyway. I mean, the original bottle is obviously gorgeous. Yeah, and that's the thing, that thyme and fruits and stuff they've been using. And I'll just show you the pamphlet a bit. Small one, Benromach 50. That's the bottle. I'll also put it there, but that's the bottle. It talks about it a bit. There you go. Yeah. 248 bottles filled in December 1972, bottled in March 23. Yeah, there you go. That's the guy who made it, Brody. It says Battuto, right? Yeah, okay. Each facet is painstakingly cut onto the glass by hand, ensuring each and every decanter is truly one-of-a-kind work of art. Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Go watch the video. I'll put the video down there. They released a nice video talking about it. And there's the man, Keith. He's talking about how privileged he is to be able to release such a distillery. And this is Neil Ridley. He's talking about his tasting notes. Yeah, so it's there. And then I'll take the bottle out. There we go. B50047. This is a very, small one. Not for sale, it says on the aged in oak casks. Yeah, it's 3CL, 54.6% ABV. There you go. I already poured it. I do have my tasting notes from before, and I'll put the bottle right here, and then we can talk about it. Honestly, it was such a surprise. We didn't expect this. We knew something was coming on the 10th of September, but I didn't know what it was. We could guess, it's an older version, but they wouldn't say anything. And then that last day on the tasting, when we were tasting all the upcoming Benromachs, mind you, of this whole year, that's the perk of being a champion. They have you taste and give notes on the upcoming releases. So I kind of know what Benromach's going to release throughout this year. And we're all in for a treat or some. Anyway, so then we tasted it with Lizzie and Martin and Sarah, and we gave our opinion. It was a fantastic experience. Honestly, I will dive on into this, but I had older whiskey before. I had a 35-year-old Talisker, a 30-year-old Talisker, a 40 or 30, no, not 40, 38-year-old Ardmore, a 40-year-old Benromach. They all had something very similar, that they felt old, they felt a bit over-oaked. Not over-oaked in a bad way, but you could feel the oak. And, you would guess them to be old. If you tasted it blind, you would be like, yeah, that's above 25, above 30. And we had a Speyburn, 44-year-old Speyburn, a 47-year-old Glenrothes. I did have older whiskies, and they all had the same character. Some of them were fantastic, but they all had a very similar character of feeling old. If you had old whiskey above 30, you would know what I'm talking about. Even not grain whiskey though. Grain whiskey is much more lively. It takes in the oak, and if you put it into like a nice sherry oak, then the sherry character shines a bit more. But a malt whiskey that is above 30 has a certain character. This one was out of character. This one was not normal. It wasn't behaving normally, and that shocked us all. It's old, it's elegant, but it's so lively. It's alive. It's not cornered. It's rounded, if that makes sense. If I were to guess its age, if I was doing this blind, I would say around 2025. And I mean it in a fantastic, complimented way. The cask, the way they kept the cask were incredible. Like, it's not overpowering. It's not over oaky. The spirit kept its own character. It was lively and active and moving, and you could grab notes, but the cask was just giving it a nice little elegance. Like, it was, it's like an older gentleman who dresses dapper but has a nice spirit inside. You know, his energy is up. Or like a very, very well kept classic car, like a Jaguar E-Type or something. You know, beautiful looking. You would expect it to be old, but if it's kept well, goes well as well. It takes the corners well, like an Aston Martin DB5, something like that. It just reminded me of those things. I have my notes here as well, and I'm just gonna have a little sip. I'm not gonna put water in it. I didn't back then. I'm not gonna now. It's not blasphemous. Obviously, you should put water to give tasting notes, but I already tasted it. This is more like enjoying. But Benromach 50. On the nose, on the palate. And thank you guys, like I said on my previous Benromach video, you know, it's partly because of you. For your watching and your commenting and your subscribing and your support of my channel, of my socials, that I was able to get the attention of Benromach. I thank you, honestly. Big, big, big thank you. Right, so let's, my notes were cigar paper, old books, antique shop, leather, tannic, sweet and citric, and dried fruits. Cigar paper, antique shop. But yeah, it is very tannic. Definitely cigar paper. But this is what I mean. It took me back. It's lively. It's orchard fruits. It's very juicy, fruity. Sure, tannic. Sure, there's sherryness, but there's honey. There's vanilla, there's citric notes, very fresh. Like, you would expect it to be really heavily oaked. It's not. And does not smell or nose like a 54.6% ABV. And does not nose like an old whiskey, smell like an old whiskey. Okay, on the palate, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's very, very good. You know, old whiskey is not always good. And many a times you try an old whiskey and it's a bit of a disappointing experience. But this is, it's probably the best whiskey I had. I'm probably not gonna have anything better than this. I might get close. I don't know. That 44-year-old Speyburn was gorgeous from Gordon and MacPhail. But it's incredible. It's an incredible experience. Amazing whiskey. What did I put? Again, on the palate, cigar paper, white pepper, honey, beeswax. It is waxy. Sweet, nutty. Absolutely it is. Very floral as well. Hint of perfume. Nice spiciness. But again, on the palate, you would expect a lot of oak spice. It's not there. It's just rounded, very well balanced. And the finish is tannic, sour, sweet, and that zestiness continues. Finishes for days. You get a little bit more dark chocolate now, a little bit roasted nuts. But honestly, this is crazy. It makes no sense for a 50-year-old whiskey to be this bright, this lively. It's ridiculous. I'm not well experienced in older whiskeys. Probably had 10, 15 of them above 30 and maybe 3 of them above 40, but, or 4, I don't know. But honestly, this does not behave like a 50-year-old whiskey. This is not even an out. This is not even an obscure Whiskey Wednesday. This is on its own. The full bottle costs you £20,000. These are ridiculous amounts of money that even if you have £20,000 to spare, would you spare it, buy it on a whiskey? That's something else, isn't it? That's a whole other argument. I know people do, and it's probably sold out. It's people do collect and then they flip it, and sure, but would you buy it to drink? I really hope and wish someone is out there buying this bottle and opening it and drinking it. Not at the end of the night after a lot of drinking, but on a special occasion, maybe their 50th year anniversary, maybe their father's 50th, I don't know. But I really hope there's someone out there who bought this bottle and drank it, because it needs to be drank. It is an incredible experience. Like I said, probably my best, possibly my best whiskey experience. So yeah, thank you, Benromach, for this opportunity. And thank you guys for watching, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you can think of. I think so. Thank you very much. That's it from me. This was a very simple, very easy one. I'm just gonna enjoy this now, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.